What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Hungry Road. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time seeing my face, please go ahead and smash the subscribe button and like the video while you're at it. It really helps me on the algorithm, but I appreciate you. But today we're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we have our first 2024 vehicle to review. This is a 2024 BMW 430i xDrive. Now this is the 4 Series. You know BMW does 1 all the way through 8, but they skipped over 6 this year for some reason and replaced it with the 8. I don't understand the reasons, but whatever. But the 4 Series is one of my favorite series of BMW. Why? Because you can get it in a coupe form. You can't get any of the other ones in coupes except for the 8. And now you're talking $90,000 or $100,000 cars. This is more of my speed range, whatever. And before you finish typing your comment, yes, the 1 Series and the 2 Series, you can get those in 2 doors, but they're so small, I just neglected to even mention them. Anyway, so yes, the 430 is going to be the base trim for the 4 Series. They used to do like 420 and 428, stuff like that. Not anymore. 430, nice, basic. It looks like what I believe a BMW should be. Now, if the 430i isn't enough, you can go up to the M440i. Now, that's when you get, it's pretty much a whole different model of car, the way BMW does it. Then there's also the M4 competition. That's where the good stuff is. But you're starting at about $90,000 up there. Not here. So at this range here, if you get the coupe or the grand coupe, you're looking at about $48,000, $49,000. But if you want the convertible, you got to add another 10 racks to that. So we're sitting in front of like a $58,000, $59,000 car right now. But I'm going to go over why I like it and why I think it might actually be worth the money. So let's discuss the engine real quick. All you have to do is pull twice on this little hood latch right here. 1, 2, and you walk around. And all you have to do is just lift the hood up. There's no actual catch or anything you have to pull out the way. Slide your hand underneath and lift straight up. Now there's only one engine option in the 430i, and that's going to be a single turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, as you can see denoted by the 4 little markings right there on the giant engine cover. It makes about 232 horsepower, but you can get 2 different transmission options. You can get a rear-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive. Now this is the all-wheel drive variant because it says xDrive. That means X, like 4 corners. Anyway, but you do get a 0.1 second faster 0 to 60 with the xDrive. So 5.8 seconds 0 to 60 versus 5.9. Not that big of a deal. You also lose 1 mile per gallon, but you're going to gain all those safety features of having all-wheel drive stability and things like that. However, if the 430i isn't enough and you need that extra power, the M440i is a twin-turbo V6, and that makes 382 horsepower. That's much faster, but I said I wouldn't mention the M4, but that's where the real fun is. Same engine, different internals, and the tune gets you to 503 horsepower for the M4 from the same twin-turbo V6 that's in the M440i. But this is the engine. There's not much to look at. It's a huge cover that covers everything, and that's about it. Let's move on. The 430i is a very beautiful car. I love the long hood, the nice sleek lines, how it flattens out right here. But with the top up, it doesn't look that cute. And that alone would keep me from buying it. I'm more of a coupe guy, but let's move on. I've been here in Pittsburgh for about 4 days. I got several compliments on this car. Like, nice car, man. And I gotta tell them, yeah, it's a rental. But you ain't gotta tell me that. But no, it's the Hungry Road. They need to know I have a channel, so good conversation opener. Anyway, move on. Your favorite part of the video, the colors. That's right. So we have 2 free colors. Alpine White, which is what you see right here. And fun fact, all the BMWs I've reviewed have been in Alpine White. This one, the 2 Series, the 5 Series, and the X545i. Very interesting. The other free color is going to be Jet Black. Both of those are pretty boring, but let's get to the good stuff. All right, you're already spending about $58,000. So what's an extra 650 bucks for these colors here? Here we have Black Sapphire Metallic. I'm just gonna drop the metallic off of all these because they all have metallic at the end of the name. So Black Sapphire Metallic, Mineral White, Sunset Orange, San Remo Green, Arctic Race Blue, and Skyscraper Gray Metallic. Now I think these are gonna be some good contenders. My favorite would probably be that Sunset Orange, but San Remo Green would be my wife's favorite. It's like a nice deep dark green. It's very, very beautiful. We've seen a few of them around, but it's nice looking. Now, for these next 2 colors, you have to pay the $650 plus the $750 for a convenience fee, plus the $2,450 for the M Sport package. So now we're at like 3,500 bucks for a paint, but you get some other things added in there. By the way, the convenience fee is gonna give you the wireless key entry. I'm not sure why that's not standard. You're also gonna get wireless phone charging. Again, why is that not standard on a BMW of this caliber? And also lumbar support. Like, come on, why is this even an option? Anyway, these companies and their piecemealing, don't get me wrong. So, Portofino blue, a very, very beautiful blue, and Brooklyn gray. Now, I'm not sure what the difference is between Brooklyn gray and skyscraper gray. I can't really see it on the configurator. It's just like a shade darker, but I'm assuming it's gonna have some flakes in the paint or some sort of minor color transition maybe. That's just my guess, and I'm sure that if you went to the dealership to spec yours, you'd be able to see all those colors out there. And for these colors here, you just gotta pay $1,500. You don't need the M Sport package or convenience fee, but why wouldn't you have it anyway? So anyway, these colors are going to be David gray. Again, that's the third gray in this lineup. I don't know what all these grays do or how they're different. Light gray and smoke maybe, I don't know. The second one is gonna be Tanzanite blue, and the third, Aventurin red. That would be my color. I love a red car. It shines bright. It's like a cherry. It's got layers to it. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. That'd be the way I spec mine. Either that blue, or that orange. I'm having a hard time with all these colors. And since I'm getting ready to discuss the tops, I should put the top up. It's a very easy process to do. It's right here in the middle of the dash. You wanna push down to put the top down and pull up to pull the top up. So we're gonna hold down or hold it up, and you see the action. You have the back deck lid that lifts all the way back like a freaking transformer. Your entire roof comes out the back and comes over your head, and it locks in place all by itself, like the Mustang and Camaros and all that kind of stuff. And you'll hear that little sound right there that indicates that the top is done, and you continue to hold the button and all the windows go up. So yes, let me roll the window down so I can talk to y'all even though I got a microphone on. Ha ha. So yes, your top comes in two colors. You can get a jet black like what we have here, or a moonlight black, which looks like an ashy black, but I hate that they did a soft top. Like the hard top, it was the color of the car. Like, so why even do, I don't know. The soft top enables the car to be a little bit bigger. I know that for sure, but whatever, let's move on. So these are the standard 18-inch wheels that you can get with the BMW 430i if you don't buy the M Sport package. Now, if you do want to opt up to the 19-inch wheels, which all the different ones are going to be, they're going to look very similar to this. So you have a 5-spoke design, but then you have 2 spokes that jet out of each of the 5 spokes. Yes, they all look very similar to that. These look pretty good on the car. I wish they were a little bit bigger, so I might want to option up. But when you option up, you have to buy the M Sport package. So now you're paying for the M Sport package, so you get the Shadowline trim and a different grill, not grill, but different like front bumper and all that kind of stuff. But then you get to pay for the wheels too. So see how it's getting pretty pricey and pretty expensive pretty fast? I know. All right, let's discuss the very controversial front end of the BMW 4 Series there. I actually really like it. BMW decided to do something very different. Yes, the kidney grill has always been their thing. 2 little kidneys on the front of the thing, or of the grill. They decided, let's go big or go home. And they went big. Pretty much ceiling to floor grill. And I love it. It's not beautiful per se, but it's very bold. It makes a statement. You know it's BMW. And I actually really like it. It's something. When you see it coming at you, you know it means business. But above the grill, we do have the Varian Motorworks crest right there. I love the chrome around the outside right there. Parking sensors in front. You have your radars and stuff all up in here. It's a great place to hide all your stuff and set behind this giant grill here. We do actually have slats that will open when the car gets a little hot, so that's extra air in right there. But let's discuss the lights over here on the side. They are all LED. That's how it should be. It's 2020. This is 2024. You know, it's ahead of its time. We do have, so if you look underneath here at this piece here, these are actually your running lights. So like they have 2 little, it's like remember the angel eyes? It was a big circle, but now it's just like a bag under the eye. I'm not sure why they did that, but whatever. And you can see your turn signal off to the left. Done very, very well. There's a lot of sculpting and a lot of artistry inside of it. But down here, this piece here, we looked at earlier when we added the M Sport package, it's gonna change just a bit. Or is it that piece? One of these pieces change, doesn't matter, but the whole grill changes. But it's nice, good ground clearance. It's a solid front end. Again, I like it despite its controversial nature, but A lot of people put license plates and stuff in front. No, this needs to shine. All right, we have the rear end of the BMW 430i, and the design language matches the front, just not as aggressive. So we go over a few things here. Brake light right front and center, that's a big brake light. We have the Bavarian Motorworks crest right below it. License plates here, I wish it could be down here, but that's fine. And check out this running light. It starts like halfway over from the middle of the car and wraps all the way around, a nice swoop down and comes back up. So you have that sort of, what is this, street legal and light on the side or whatever. But you see a turn signal, all LED up here at the top. Reverse lights up here. I'm tripping, reverse light right here. You have a little bit of chrome or some sort of clear light thing right there, but it's fine. xDrive indicating your all-wheel drive, and you have your 430i. What is the I for? You know what? I should look that up. Why is it called 430? I know Ferrari has an F430, but it's an F430 now. They got four. I don't know. Anyway, pretty straightforward down there. Got a little bit of color breaking up down here with the black. I like that. And check out these chrome exhaust tips. Beautifully done. All dual exhausts on these cars. No more of that twin pipe on one side looking kind of weak and stuff. No, we got duals everywhere for that little tiny 4-cylinder engine. While we're back here, let's discuss cargo space. There are 4 ways to get into the trunk. You have a button on the door handle. You have the button on the key. You have a button underneath here. You can press that to open it. Just pull it real quick. But you have to have the key on you. Now with the keys in hand, we can press the button right here and the trunk opens. Or you can do it hands-free. Kick your foot directly underneath the middle of the car like this. The lights will flash and the trunk will open all the way up. It just pushes the trunk up. It won't pull the trunk down. That's why you got a little handle right here. You can pull it down like that, no big deal. But let's go inside the trunk for a second. So this is all the cargo space you're gonna have in the trunk of your 430i with the roof down. As you can see, the roof is down. So the roof is stored between here and here. You cannot push this up. So I have a little toolkit in here and a little backpack right here, but my suitcase cannot fit in there. So that's gotta sit on the side for a second, or it's gonna have to go in the back seat, kind of like how I got it here. But with the roof up, that suitcase fits in here just fine. There's plenty of space. So these are the keys to the BMW 430i. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Look just like last year's keys. You have your unlock button up top. The BMW logo is the lock button, your trunk button, and your pennant button. But like most BMWs, keep the keys in your pocket or on your person. Walk up to the car. It'll notice you coming. It'll welcome you. It'll open the mirrors. It'll open the door for you. It'll also give you some entry lighting down here at night. Of course, you can't see it right now. Just open the door, no big deal. And to lock the car, do one of 2 things. You can either press the little 3 things right there to lock the car, or simply walk away and the car will notice the keys are gone and lock itself up. So of course, BMW is all about convenience. So once you get inside the car, we're just gonna go ahead and hop in real quick. I'm gonna sit down. I don't wanna reach all the way back behind me to grab the seat belt. Once you shut the door, the seat belt gets delivered to you like this. How cool is that? Then all you gotta do is put the seat belt on and it'll retract itself like that. Now you're buckled in. And we're gonna snap my fingers in 3, 2, 1, and I'm gonna be on the other side of the car. Like magic, right? So the interior is nothing too crazy. It's a little busy around the midsection here because a lot of buttons and stuff. But other than that, it's pretty toned down. This screen is probably the most ridiculous screen I've had to encounter. It is just a long IMAX panoramic screen that stretches all the way from the left side of the driver's steering wheel. Well, there's only one steering wheel, all the way, pretty much 2/3 of the width of the car. But it's so intuitive. It's so useful. Let's go hands-on and we'll give you some more details. So the interior color you're looking at right now is black. And it's actually a material called Senatec. It's not actually a leather at all. It's like a vegan-friendly, no animals were harmed, leather-like material. And that's fine. But you get 4 free colors with the 430i, which is pretty much unheard of. A lot of car companies want to charge you extra just for changing the color of the interior. So hats off to you, BMW. That's why I like you guys. But yes, we have the black here. Then you can get what's called Takara Red, my favorite interior color. This looks absolutely beautiful, creates a very bright and dark contrast on the interior of the car. The next one's gonna be called Canberra Beige. It looks boring, it's beige, this is such a boring name and a boring color. And last but not least, we have cognac, a very, very deep, dark brown, very elegant, very luxury-like. All right, let's move on to the leathers now. $1,500 extra for each of these. So you can get black just like this. You're gonna have contrast stitching to white, or I don't know what the contrast stitching really means. It just says it on the configurator. But there's one that says contrast blue stitching. So black material with blue contrast stitching. That might look pretty cool. You have blue in the logo right there on the steering wheel and on the hood and stuff like that. What if you had a blue exterior? That looked pretty cool as well. You can also get what's called mocha. It's a little lighter than the cognac. And my favorite, Takara red returns. So I don't think I'd option that up because it's free for Senatec and I don't need leather, but you do get a different sort of design when you do get the leather seats. That might let people know you got leather seats versus Senatec. I don't know, who cares that much? All right, we're inside the car now. Love the way this little door handle looks, really sort of futuristic. Aluminum, lock unlock button up there, got a little tweeter up here. We do have memory seats for 2 people, easy to set. Just press set button and do it, no big deal. We do have the window switches down here, cup holder, some storage. There's a trunk button I did mention earlier, but the interior is a little bit busy. All your light controls are down here. You can turn on just one of the lights, the left or the right. I've never seen that before. But this giant screen, man, it's got to be supported. Look at that support on the back of the screen right there. Very, very cool. I wouldn't call it beautiful. It's just like simplistic because it's one piece of glass. But yes, see the door close. See the door open. All kind of cool stuff in this screen there. Let's go ahead and put our foot on the brake and start the car up. Little engine start stop button right there. No big deal right there in the beginning. One thing I don't like is that the car does not start in the last mode that you set it in. So I had it in sport. I press the sport button right here. Makes it a little more aggressive. So sport, there's comfort, and there's eco mode. We don't, oh, this screen changes too. Comfort. What is that? A river in the dirt desert? And in the sport mode, it's just, I don't know what's going on here, but there's so many things you could play around with in this screen. So the middle screen is configurable. You just kind of press this button right here and see the little button on the right side there. We slap roll down right here. You can kind of change. So there's your navigation, your trip content. We have the map, whatever this is, G-force meter, all kind of stuff. I'm not going to go through everything in this screen. There's way too much to go through here. But here, this is the map. It kind of sits there on your screen. You can do 2 things at once. We do have your media source. Your Apple CarPlay can be wireless. Whoops. Apple CarPlay can be wireless. So can Android Auto, personal assistant, traffic. You can configure your own BMW. Those wheels look a little different than the ones I have. So that tells me that this picture is universal for all of them. Route preview. You can add a widget. Home buttons up here. Want to see the apps? Press that button right there. We got all kinds of apps on here. Very sort of not intuitive is what I used earlier, but like responsive screen. There's so much stuff. Oh yeah, speaking of climate control, you have to go into the menu to get the climate control. It's very simple to operate. Your heated seats. We do have your fan speed, AC's up at the top. You can angle. There's defrost. There's off. So you can kind of touch the screen where you want the air to go, or you can just use the arrows right here, go up and down, no big deal. Again, same thing for the passenger side. We do have dual zone climate right here. Let's pull down from the top of the screen, see what we've got up here. Shortcuts, do not disturb. I mean, there's so much stuff I'm not gonna go over because I didn't see anything that was really worth super discussing. So I did run into this app called Live Vehicle, which reminded me I needed to do something. But you can see your torque, you can see your horsepower, the amount of boost you're making, and the engine temperature. So give it a few revs so you can kind of see what's happening right here. But let's go to the back of the car and see how this thing really sounds. Below the big screen, we do have vents. This one's open, this one's shut. Volume knob. We do have the skip a track. Well, let's go back a track, skip a track, hazards, shortcuts to defrost. Inside here, we have your wireless charger. Get all this stuff out the way. Wireless charging, a USB hub in there. We do have 2 cups right here. Big thanks to Maggie. I appreciate you, who actually let me take this car out of the National Rental Car Lot in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we do have your gear selector. So this is so puny. I literally had a hard time figuring out how to shift the gear when I first got in the car. But it's very simple. Put your foot on the brake, pull back. So you gotta do it like this, like you're drinking tea. That's drive. There's reverse, and pull back just gentle for neutral. Boom. Let's go back in the reverse. Check it out. Decent rear view camera, active. As you can see, I'm moving the wheel, and it is telling me where the car would go. Now we do have the option for the 360 camera. I believe it's involved in like the premium package or something like that, but I'm not gonna waste your time going through all that. So put the car back into park by pressing the button right here. See, it says P, on. Parking brakes back here, pull that up. See a little red light show up once the parking brake is on. So we do have your sort of traction control. I'm not sure what that would be, but who knows? Could be a suspension control for other models. Parking sensors, auto stop start, that automatically turns off when you are in sport mode. Start stop button, and we did go over this drive modes already. Auto hold, this could be useful. So like, if you're at like a red light and you take your foot off the brake, the car will hold itself there for you. But when you go to put your foot on the gas, it hesitates because the car is like holding itself there for you. I tried it out. I didn't like it, so I turned it off. To the right, we do have this joystick or whatever you can use to, you know, dance around the screen or whatever. Oh, press the home button right here. Let's go back. So yes, move this guy around, and you kind of see, slide to the right to go over the menu. Kind of see stuff's moving around up there. You know, that's it's self-explanatory. Option button. Okay, general help. That's the only thing the options brought up. Let's go ahead and press back. And we already demonstrated this button right here. You gotta pull up to put the top up, push down to push top down. Let's go inside this guy here. Very shallow storage, USB-C's in there though. And yeah, close that up. Pretty straightforward interior. Let's see what's in the glove box. Nothing crazy. That's kind of cool though. I never seen that before. That's like extra detail you didn't even need in there. But yes, pretty cool. You can get different trims. There's like wood and aluminum and like gloss black and stuff. This name is like oak wood, Stratton Oakmont, something like that. Very, very unnecessary name for trim because you only see like a little bit of wood there and then like not over there. So I don't understand this piece here. I'm not even going to sit back here. As you can see with the seats, how I would drive, that's all the leg room I would have in there. Same with the passenger. So yeah, you better scoot the seat up a little bit if you want somebody to sit back here, or tell them to sit sideways. But again, we have 2 cup holders in the middle. Let's pull this guy down, see what we got up in here. Nothing. This is the roof, and oh, you could pass stuff through here. If the roof wasn't in the trunk, snap that shut. If you look in the middle right here, we do have some sort of climate control. You can make it cooler or warmer. You can change the way the air is being brought to you. I'm not sure how, because there's only one vent right there, and where are the rest of the vents? Anyway, move on. Nothing back here, not even a storage pocket on the back seat. Damn, did you dirty back here. All right, guys, we are inside the 2024 BMW 430i. Gonna try to do this with the top down. If it gets a little too windy, I'll put the windows up, but we're not gonna ruin the top down experience. It's lunchtime. I got a couple hours before my flight. I'm gonna head to one of my favorite places, Red Robin. So first impression sitting inside the car, I actually like the way the steering wheel feels. It's a little strange because the top of the wheel is like thinner than like the rest of the wheel is the same thickness. Very strange though, but yeah, nice grips, feels good in my hand. I wonder if this is leather or Senatec as well. So you got some traffic here as you can see, but we'll get out here and we'll punch it. Seats are really comfortable as you can see. I feel like I'm bolstered, I'm held into place. I feel like I'm in a sports car, you know? It's our turn to go, so we'll get our nose out of here, get in the right lane, give it some juice. That feels good, man. And it feels even better when you're in a convertible. There's nothing like having just the world open to you right above your head. This Jeep's got some winter tires on, so it's really loud. Give me a second. Auto stop start is standard in this car unless you have it in sport mode. So if you put it in sport mode, it automatically turns auto stop start off for you. And like I mentioned earlier, auto hold, to each their own really. Just leave your foot on the brake. What else are your feet gonna do at a red light, you know? But just kind of gently putting along here through the back roads of West Mifflin, the car feels good. It's actually relatively soft. It's not terribly hard or rigid like I kind of was expecting. Maybe like the M4, the M440i with the sport suspension would be a little stiffer, but I'm okay with that. I'm not tracking this thing, and I still want it to be a comfortable ride on like regular streets. So the road has opened up a little bit here, and where I point the car, it goes. The steering is very precise. It's a little, like if I put it back in comfort mode, the steering gets a little bit, see, like I can play with it now, but when I put it in the sport mode, if I do that same thing, the car is gonna start to rock and move. And it, see, look, and the lane keep assist is kicking in, trying to keep me in the lane. But it just feels precise. My main point is the car feels smaller than what it is. This is not a small car, and you can kind of see in the shots I took earlier. But this, look, as I go around this corner, doing 50 miles an hour around this corner, and it stays flat, it stays put. I feel confident in being able to throw it around that corner, and it feels good. It feels nimble. It feels agile, and I like the way it feels. This is incredible and remarkable how they made the car feel so much smaller. Now I don't know. Look at i7 or X7. No, 740i. Never mind. But yes, I don't know how much the car weighs, but judging by the power and the way that it feels, I'm guessing about 3,800 pounds. Especially with that convertible top, because the top always adds more weight because you got mechanisms and stuff in there that have to move and more metal and yada yada yada, even though the top is usually cloth. Just lean into it. It just feels so confident, or confidence inspiring. I love it. That was a 50-mile-an-hour corner, took it at 40. We're not speeding though. Blind spot detection is standard, indicated by these little yellow triangles in each of the mirrors. I think it could be a little more bright and more obvious, but it's fine. That's what BMW's been doing for years. All right, I found a little place to punch it. Let's see what we got. Come out here, give it the beam. See, there's a little bit of lag there, but the turbo kicks in, the all-wheel drive helps out with the pulling of the car. It's fine for power, you know, 382 horsepower or 500 and whatever for the top tier M4. That might be too much. You know, you spinning out and going crazy, but 230, I think it's 232. I've forgotten the number now, but it's adequate. There's definitely good passing speed. I'm doing 40 miles an hour right now. What gear am I in? 6th gear, put my foot down, drop 2nd gear. It pulls, it kicks. It kicks. Let's try it one more time. I come to a full stop. No cars behind me, and we're doing 0. Yeah, I see why that 0 to 60 is so long, because the car gets rolling, the turbo has to spool, it's a small engine, yada, yada, yada. It's okay. I think if you're already rolling and the turbo is already spooled, you'll get those better accelerations, those better pulls when you are rolling and the turbo spooled up, like I just said. But yes, manual mode. We do have the paddles on the back here, 5th gear, 6th gear. How many gears do we got? 6, 7, 8. I believe it's just an 8-speed transmission. But we have reached our destination, and I know it's very inconvenient to have to stop and park your car and put the top up, but you can do it while you're pulling into your parking lot. So I'm doing 8 miles an hour, hold up on the button, and as you can see behind me, if you can see behind me, the top is being put up. Takes about 15-20 seconds, and boom, the top is up. Keep on holding the button. I'm skilled like this. Put the car in reverse and continue to hold the button, and boom, top operations complete. Windows are going up, and we're all good. Now I'm gonna roast until I can get out the car into the building. Well guys, that was my time with the 2024 BMW 430i Convertible. I absolutely loved it. This is the part of the video where I ramble, I just speak freely. I really love this thing. I'm a huge fan of that grille. I would spec mine with the red or the sunset orange. I definitely get some bigger wheels, but now the price is going up. And to compare this to the other cars that I reviewed, like the Audi A4 or A5 and the Mercedes C-Series, Or would it be this is the 4 Series, would the 5 Series be the East? I don't know. This is where it kind of split in hairs, you know what I mean? The convertible, it turns me off because it's a soft top. If it was a hard top, it'd be different. But I am the perfect person for a convertible because I will abuse it. If it's 40 degrees outside, Fahrenheit, I'm gonna have the top down because you can have the heat on and you can still experience the open world. I've seen people that I just don't understand. Why would you buy a convertible and it's 80 degrees outside and the top is up? Maybe you got a wife or a girlfriend in the car or a boyfriend or whatever in the car that don't like the heat. So they gotta put the top up in AC. I don't know. But again, I'm the perfect person for it. I love the way this thing drives. The sound system is incredible. I love the huge screen. The nav is great. It's comfortable. It's decently powerful. Of course, it could always use more power. That's where the M440i or even the M4 would come into play. But that's really it. I like it. For $60,000, I don't think so. I could save 10 grand and get the coupe and still get all these cool features, but then I would lose that beautiful open world experience of the convertible. Maybe a sunroof would help? I don't think so. But remember, there's never an empty tank or empty stomach on this road. A big thank you again to Maggie at National Car Rental at Pittsburgh Airport. She allowed me to take this guy off the lot. I appreciate her very much. She didn't recognize me, but she was like, you need some help? I was like, yeah, I'm in here all the time. I want something cool. And I see those three guys over there. There's an Escalade, there's a Range Rover, and there was this. So go ahead, take it. I appreciate you, Maggie. Thank you very much. Remember, stay safe. Thank you.